You move to the United States with big dreams, big goals, and probably a very small bank account. And the first thing everyone tells you is, get a credit card. But nobody tells you which one. Nobody tells you what to avoid. And nobody warns you that one wrong move can destroy your credit score before you even understand what a credit score is. In the next few minutes, I'm going to save you from the mistakes that cost international students hundreds of dollars every single year. So don't close this video, because what I share at the end might be the most important financial decision you make this year. Welcome back to American Credit Guide, the channel where we break down everything about credit, cards, and money in the US, especially for people who are new to this country and trying to figure it all out. If you're watching this for the first time, I'm really glad you found this channel because this is exactly the kind of content nobody taught us in school. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss a video, because we drop new content every week that can literally save you money and build your future here in America. Alright, let's get into it. So you just landed in the US as an international student. You've got your visa, your acceptance letter, maybe a tiny apartment and a whole lot of excitement, and then someone says, hey, you should get a credit card. And you think, okay, cool. How hard can that be? Pretty hard, actually. Because nobody tells you the rules. Nobody tells you the traps. And nobody tells you that the wrong card can cost you hundreds of dollars every single year. Money you honestly cannot afford to waste as a student. I've been there. I know people who've been there. And today I'm going to make sure you don't make the same mistakes. We're talking about the best credit cards for international students in the US, what to avoid, and exactly how to build credit from scratch, even if you literally just stepped off the plane. Stay with me, because the last card I mentioned, most people have never even considered it, and it might actually be your best option first. But let's talk about why this is even complicated. When you move to the US, you have zero credit history here. Doesn't matter if you had perfect credit back home. The US credit system doesn't care. You're starting from ground zero. And here's the cruel irony. You need credit history to get a credit card. But you need a credit card to build credit history. It's like being told you need experience to get a job. But you need a job to get experience. Sound familiar? But here's the thing, there are ways around this. And once you know them, this whole thing becomes way less scary. Let's talk about the first card that's actually designed for people in your exact situation. Discover It, Student Cashback. This card is genuinely one of the best starting.org points for international students. No annual fee, which matters when you're on a student budget. No foreign transaction fees either. So if you're shopping on international sites or sending money home, you're not getting hit with extra charges. But the real highlight, Discover actually matches all the cash back you earn in your first year. So if you earn $40 in cash back, they match it. You end up with $80. That's not a gimmick. That's real money back in your pocket. The catch? Discover is less widely accepted globally than Visa or MasterCard. But for everyday use in the US groceries, food delivery, subscriptions, it works perfectly. And here's something big that most people miss. Discover is one of the very few issuers that doesn't require a social security number to apply. Some branches accept an ITIN individual taxpayer identification number, which many international students can actually get. Next up, the Capital One Quicksilver Student Card. If you like simplicity, this one's for you. You get 1.5% cash back on everything. No rotating categories to track. No weird quarterly limits. Just buy stuff. Get cash back. Done. Capital One also has a reputation for being friendlier to people with limited credit history. They don't just look at your score, they look at the full picture. That's helpful when your credit file is basically empty. No annual fee. No foreign transaction fee. And Capital One's app is genuinely one of the cleanest mobile banking experiences out there. For a student juggling classes and a new country, simple is good. Now let's talk about a card that doesn't get enough attention, the Petal 2 Visa credit card. Here's why this one is different. Petal actually uses what they call cash flow underwriting. Instead of just looking at your credit score, which you don't really have yet, they look at your bank account activity, your income, your spending patterns, how responsible you are with money. This is huge for international students because you're being judged on your actual financial behavior, not a number that doesn't exist yet. No annual fee, up to 1.5% cash back on eligible purchases, and it's a Visa, so it's accepted basically everywhere. If you have a U.S. bank account with some transaction history, Petal is absolutely worth checking out. Okay, now I want to talk about something that almost nobody considers when they first arrive, and that's a secured credit card. I know. It doesn't sound exciting, but hear me out. A secured card, like the Discover It Secured, or the Capital One Platinum Secured, works like this. You put down a deposit, usually between $200 and $500, and that deposit becomes your credit limit. You use the card like normal, pay it off every month, and the credit bureaus report it just like any other card. Within 6 to 12 months of responsible use, you can graduate to an unsecured card and get your deposit back. Think of it as paying a small price to get into the game. And honestly, it's one of the fastest ways to build real credit in this country. A lot of students avoid secured cards because they feel like a downgrade. But the students who are smart about this, they come out a year later with a solid credit score and way more options. Don't let pride get in the way of a smart financial move. Now let me tell you about the mistakes, because this is the stuff that actually costs people. Mistake number 1. Applying for multiple cards at once. Every time you apply for a credit card, the bank does what's called a hard inquiry on your credit. Each inquiry drops your score a little. Apply for 4 cards in a week, and you look desperate to lenders. Start with 1 card. Use it well. Then expand. Mistake number 2. Only paying the minimum. This is the trap that gets so many students. You spend $300, you pay the minimum of $25, and you think you're fine. You're not. Interest starts building. The credit card company loves this because you end up paying way more than you originally spent. Always. Always pay your full balance every month if you possibly can. Mistake number 3. Maxing out your card. Your credit utilization, how much of your credit limit you're using, is one of the biggest factors in your credit score. Using more than 30% of your limit hurts your score. So if your limit is $500, try to keep your spending under $150. I know that sounds tight, but it makes a real difference. Mistake number 4. Forgetting about foreign transaction fees. Some cards charge you 2 to 3% every time you buy something in a foreign currency. That adds up. Always check before you apply. The cards I mentioned today all have 0 foreign transaction fees. That's intentional. Here's something nobody tells you that can actually speed everything up. If you have a family member or a trusted friend who's already in the U.S. with good credit, ask them to add you as an authorized user on their account. You get a card, but their credit history partially gets attached to your profile. You don't even need to use the card. Just being listed as an authorized user can start building your credit history immediately. It's not a cheat code, it's just using the system the way it was designed. One more thing before you go. Whatever card you get, set up autopay for the minimum payment the day you get the card. This is your safety net. Even if life gets crazy midterms, moving apartments, traveling, you'll never accidentally miss a payment. Missing a payment can drop your score by 50 to 100 points in a single day. It takes months to recover from that. Set it up once. Forget about it. And then manually pay off whatever you can above the minimum each month. So to bring it all together, if you want the easiest approval with good rewards, Start with Discover It, Student, or Pedal 2 if you want simplicity and solid cash back. Look at Capital One Quicksilver Student. If you literally just arrived and have no credit history at all, a secured card is your fastest path forward. Build slowly, pay in full, keep your utilization low, and in 12 to 18 months, you'll have a credit score that opens actual doors, better apartments, lower insurance rates, maybe even your first car loan. You came to the U.S. to build a future. Your credit score is part of that foundation. Start it right. If this helped you, drop a comment below telling me which card you went with. I read every single one. And if you know another international student who needs to see this before they make a mistake, share it with them. It could genuinely save them money. See you in the next one. Okay, so now you know exactly which credit cards work best for international students. And more importantly, you know the mistakes to stay far away from. The road to great credit starts with one good decision, and I hope this video helped you make it. If you got value from this, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button right now. It takes literally 1 second, and it helps this video reach more international students who need this information just like you did. Drop a comment below and tell me which card are you going with. I read every single comment and I will personally reply. And if you have a friend, a classmate, or anyone who just moved to the US and is figuring out their finances, share this video with them right now. That one share could save them from a really expensive mistake. Don't forget to subscribe to American Credit Guide and hit the bell so you get notified every time we post. We've got more videos coming on how to boost your credit score fast, the best student bank accounts, and how to go from zero credit to excellent in under a year. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and your credit.